Okay, let's get started. Welcome to our 10th Dream Panel event. I'm Brian. I'm your host today. My colleague Tyler will be the co-host for today's event. During today's event, we have two giveaway sessions. Tyler will give you specific info about how to claim the rewards. For those of you who haven't participated in an event before, a Dream Panel is a series of online events Solv Protocol organizes with other projects. Each week on Tuesday, we will have two guest speakers joining us on Discord to share their knowledge on a specific topic. Make sure to follow our Twitter updates for the upcoming events. Today, I have the great honor to invite Alex, who is the CEO and founder of MetaMouse, and Armin, the community manager of MetaBlocks, to come to our channel to discuss to share their knowledge on building infrastructures in Web3. Welcome, guys, and let's jump to the first part of our discussion today. I would like to ask Alex to give us a brief introduction of your project and what of your platform and what problems does your product or platform solve, and how we can use it. Yeah, Alex, could you start?
Yeah, sure, Brian. Thanks. Thanks for the introduction. My name is Alex. I'm the founder of MetaMouse. This is my third project in crypto, and generally I'm in crypto since the end of 2015. My general concerns are about the moving value and keeping value, and this is why we're building in crypto, because blockchains are really assisting in moving and keeping value. This is the most crucial point for me. And MetaMouse is also about that. We assist DAOs and Web3 companies to make the fiat payments. So we have identified the problem that everything what is related to fiat is a big pain for DAOs and Web3 companies, because general banks don't understand crypto. They don't understand how the value is generated here, what the source of funds is, and what's in general happening here. So for them, it's really hard to identify who is the payer, for what the payment is done, and why the value is moving across the blockchain. So, and especially it's the problem for any crypto user, and especially for DAO, when you're trying to move from crypto to fiat. It's a super big pain for those companies, and we are really assisting this, as we as a team have a very huge understanding and knowledge both in crypto and in banking. So really our ultimate goal is to assist companies to make the payments in fiat, where we'll bring the corporate cards and payment cards for the users of the DAO and for the DAOs by themselves. Our ultimate goal is to have all the fiat solutions which any DAO and Web3 company is seeking for at one place, and it will be MetaMouse. Yeah, that's kind of short intro. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the intro. And Armin, could you tell us a bit of your project and your team as well?
Yeah, hi everyone from Solv. I'm Armin Allen from MetaBlocks. I'm basically like the community manager. I handle the Discord, and my role is really just to spread as much awareness about MetaBlocks, because I feel like it would be a disservice not to. So why does this concern like all of you guys? Like, okay, so basically what we're trying to do is make Wi-Fi accessible to everybody, right? So at this day and age, we always like talk about Web3, and we haven't even solved the Web2 issue yet of Wi-Fi not being available and free and open for people to use, right? So this really concerns all of us, because at this point, Wi-Fi has become like a public utility almost. That's how important it's become. So what problems Metablock solve is like we basically incentivize people to provide Wi-Fi, and once you incentivize people to do so, and you offer value in that route, it'll solve the problem. There'll be Wi-Fi like hotspots everywhere, and the reason like we should use like Metablocks, I mean, you'd be missing out if you weren't, right? Like we basically have we'll basically have NFTs that are linked to like pegged to miners that the Metablocks team will set up and install and in locations and maintain them. All you have to do is just own the miner, and you basically like are passively earning income just simply from holding an NFT, and you have ownership of a physical Wi-Fi miner, and you don't have to do anything. You just buy the NFT and it starts generating income for you. And you provide free Wi-Fi. Like you provide Wi-Fi. I mean, it like kind of solves the problem of like how can you have a Web3 communities like being built when you don't even have internet access available everywhere? Like you gotta like put the horse like before the cart, or whatever that saying is. Like you gotta take care of internet first, in my opinion.
Okay, and could you tell us a little bit about your team, your background?
Yeah, so I've been with the Metablocks team for about a year now, but the team themselves, like they've been operating for like quite a few years now. They've been in the background working, and we actually secured some funding last year, like around like 6-8 months ago, and it's really kickstarted our project. Our team, uh, you know, the our my boss, the one that is like the CEO technically, he has several blockchain patents and is very well experienced. Like we have a huge team, and we have an office in Vancouver. Um, yeah, it's a very experienced team, and my personal involvement in crypto is I've been in it like since 2013. I've been interested in it ever since.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Um, Alex, I would like to dive into a little bit deeper about your project. And so now you're offering the sort of like off-ramp solution to people in crypto. Could you tell us some of the use cases that for DAOs, for example?
Yeah, sure. So the very simple use case is like let's take any DAO, let's say Bankless DAO or Shapeshift DAO, and they let's imagine they need to pay 10,000 USD for organizing an event somewhere in the US, let's say, and the organizer accepts only payment in fiat. So the old way how the DAOs are paying those bills is uh, radically improper, and it's very painful experience when they are asking either contributors, either the members of the core team to split the bill and pay the bill from their personal bank accounts, and then basically reconcile the cryptocurrency from the DAO, which raise a lot of like it's just in general it's very painful experience. Plus all the members who are processing those payments may get the extra taxes for getting crypto for making those payments. So what MetaMouse allows those DAOs is just to upload the bill, the payment details of the invoice that needs to be paid. Choose the cryptocurrency which you want to use for this particular payment, and make the cryptocurrency transfer to MetaMouse, and the bill will be executed within the next 90 minutes. This is how the scheme works right now. So any bill can be paid within the next 90 minutes.
Okay, and what are the blockchains that you support at this moment?
So currently, we support the Bitcoin, ETH, Tron. These are the main blockchains which we support, but in plans where we're gonna add more L2s and just Solana. It's on the way. More is coming. We're just more focusing on building the product by itself and bringing more partnerships here. As to add new blockchains is pretty easy.
And where's how many people are currently have in your team, and where are you guys based?
Currently, we have six people in the team, which works directly with MetaMouse. Our like kind of bigger team is about 16 people. So at MetaMouse, yeah, we are in eastern part of Europe. Most of the team, some team members, we have developers from Ukraine and Belarus, which are working as on the from there. We cannot, unfortunately, we can grab them here right now because of different political stuff that's happening. So, but most of the team is in eastern part, and at MetaMouse, as I said, 6 people. Me as a founder, one marketing, 2 developers, designer, and social media manager. So currently we're 6. We're already hiring more people, and we're also planning to fundraise somewhere at the beginning of October. Until then, we're currently fully bootstrapped. So it's by personal funds which are invested to the company, and yeah, we have about 1 year runway on the current. How much currently we are spending on the development. That's why we are planning to fundraise somewhere in the autumn this year.
Okay. Thanks for the information. And okay, I have a question for Armin. You just mentioned that currently you think the biggest problem is the connectivity, right? Most of the people you said they can't have access to internet. And after this problem is solved, and what are the other problems you think that Web3 are facing at this moment?
Honestly, adoption. Like you like such a small portion of the world has even like owned a single piece of cryptocurrency. Like we're still like really early into this, but like making Wi-Fi decentralized and like accessible in a Web3 fashion, it just opens up like a whole flood of new potential customers, people, technology, like into the space, right? Because everybody needs internet. And I'll give you like a story, like an example, like a personal experience. So the MetaBlocks team, we actually went to NFT NYC. I think it was like 2 months ago or something like that. And it's basically like a few days in New York where a bunch of Web3 communities come together and talk about their projects, et cetera, et cetera. And the funniest thing was I was just like wandering around this crowded venue, and I was just like learning about all these Web3 communities, Web3 this, Web3 this. And the funny part was I couldn't get service. I didn't have Wi-Fi. So I was like, what are we doing? Like trying to build these communities. I can't even access the internet right now. And unless that problem is solved, like there's just no I think after internet is solved, it has to be adoption. Like you have to make crypto easier to adopt. Like we can't. So like payment systems like what Alexander is trying to do with MetaMouse, I think is brilliant. Like making payments easier and like you don't have to handle it and then make it automatic. Like things like that help adoption. Like it just once technology is built, it develops exponentially.
Thanks. Thank you for the answer. Before I ask my next question, Tyler, could you tell us the rules for the rewards today?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can.
So the first round raffle will be started in the Premier Rewards channel, and it's for only 20 winners. And I'll send the rules there, and you can see that. And also, don't forget, we still have the second round for all the members, for all the participators today. And thanks for the guest speakers, 2 speakers coming to our channel today, and they sponsor the prize. So thank you very much, guys. Just go to the channel.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. Yeah, my next question for Alex. How many DAOs are currently adopting your solution now? And is there any when it comes to crypto to fiat? Do you also encounter some regulatory hindrance?
Currently, we are working with about 20 DAOs, which is not much, as there are more than several thousands of DAOs. Probably about some numbers are saying that there are more than 10,000 DAOs. So we are working with the one of the biggest ones on the market, and currently to be honest, we're not going for the volume as initially we were trying to validate the problem, and we validated that. So right now there are a lot of legal questions which we are working on, as right now the payments were done mostly through the peer-to-peer network. I will not go into much details how exactly does it work, but so basically, yeah, there is a peer-to-peer network which helps to execute all the payments. And right now, we want to control the whole vertical of the payment solution. That's why we're going to apply for the financial license, as we want to control the payments, and ultimately, at some point, we should become as a bank, obviously, to control the whole cycle. So this is the ultimately where we are going. That's why currently there are 2 main topics we're working on. One is the legal side, and second is grabbing the right VCs and angels who are who also understands the problem and understands the vision of the free and easy value flow and storage. So this is number 1. Number 2, can you repeat the question? I really didn't got the full question about what did you mean for the Web3? What's your idea was in the question about the Web3?
You mean the question I just asked you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was also asking so how what's your process for adoption to have more adoption as well?
I think in terms of the adoption, in our case it will happen naturally, as the problem is there, and it's kind of worked with the network effect. When more and more people just start utilizing the payment solution, more people will just come in general in crypto, as it will become easier. And with the solution, as with what MetaMouse is building, with MetaBlocks is building, and bunch of very talented crypto teams, the entry to the crypto will be easier. So, and it will just increase adoption. And what we're building, we're a small piece of this adoption, and we want to just solve the value, the payments issue, pretty much for the Web3 companies and for the decentralized autonomous organizations, which is a very, very tiny part. Besides that, we anticipate that at some point there will be 4 billion people using, in some ways, blockchain and Web3 solutions. So for all of them, a lot of companies will provide different type of service. Mhm. Actually, to be honest, we don't have direct competitors because there is no proper service for the DAOs and the three companies, which allows pretty much in 1 minute to make any fiat payment. So it's super exciting that we are kind of leading this part. And currently, I would say that the traditional crypto exchanges are in some way the competitors, as pretty much Web3, any Web3 company can go and utilize the services, let's say, of Coinbase. But it will be more centralized. It will be much harder to be onboarded there. Plus, still, if you want to use like services like Coinbase, you need to have the bank account, which is also a super painful experience. So that's why actually I'm super excited. What we're building as MetaMouse allows any DAO Web3 company not to have bank account, not to have the legal entity. So everything can be solved under one platform. You can order the corporate cards. You can create the co-branded card solutions, which we are planning to introduce at the beginning of next year. So pretty much, competition is there, but I'm not really looking at what other companies are doing because we have our clear vision, and I think it's in some cases it's very unique. And yes, there are some companies which will build something similar, maybe something the same, and it will be cool. I'm only for the competition because if competition is there, then the market is also there, and it's very good that when user can choose between different solutions. In some way, yes, but we are mostly focusing on the business initially. So we want to onboard the DAOs and Web3 companies and provide them corporate card solutions. So meaning it's something similar when the business has the corporate cards where their employees are using them for travel, for buying different stuff, and keeping all the financials at one place. So this is what we're going to launch this year. And second, when I was saying about the co-branded cards, this will allow any DAO and Web3 company pretty much to create their own payment card program, which then any retail user or any user of this particular DAO can order the card and basically spend different type of cryptocurrencies in the real world. This is what we're building ultimately.
Yeah, yeah. Like personally, I love the idea of having like co-pay cards and like business travel cards and things of that nature. Just utilizing like the technology to just make everything easier, and it makes really just adopting blockchain technology a lot easier, and that's ultimately the goal.
Some VCs to invest in the project. Could you tell us a bit more about MetaBlocks? Where are you guys now? Have you already finished fundraising? And for example, do you have your tokens?
Yeah, so we raised like $2 million in USD in seed fund like 6 to 8 months ago, and we're just continually getting investment from like projects like Harmony and like other VC firms. Like we're just securing funding as we go. As far as tokens, that's part of our NFTs. I'll get more into it later, but we don't have any tokens out right now. The only way they will be distributed is to NFT holders.
NFT holders.
And there's a process of like earning them. So I'll just get into it now. So basically, like after like no, okay, I'll just save it. I'll save it.
Okay, so I'll ask you later. Very interesting to know, like during this sort of like bearish market that recently we in this like 2 to 3 days we saw the market is getting a little bit better, but I would still say it's not as good as, let's say, a few months ago. And Alex, what is your and your team's strategy to cope with the bearish market?
To be honest, the only thing for us with the bearish market is that it will be just more harder to attract investments. Everything else in terms of the payments will be the same. People need to exchange value. They need to transact. They need to pay. So in terms of that, nothing really has changed. We have enough of our own capital just to continue building, and actually the bear market is a cool time to really build the product, as it's pretty calm time when you can be focused and just continue doing what we are doing. So for us in general, nothing has changed with the bear market despite just the investment. So but I'm pretty much sure that despite the bear market, we will find the investments because the product is in a super. The market is looking for the solution what we are building.
Cool. Tyler, could you give the instruction for the second round of our lucky draw?
Yeah, sure. The second round is sponsored by Solv Protocol ourselves, and we prepare some rewards for our dear communities. So go to the rewards channel and just have a try, guys. That's all.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler. And the same question I want to ask you: how does your team cope with the bearish market, and what do you think it's important to cope with the current market?
We don't worry about it at all. Like we're just focused on, developing the product, getting it out there, working on everything needed. Like, yeah, obviously it's a bummer that the market, dropped from where it was and like it was so much hype and like, oh, Bitcoin could hit 100K, right? We all remember that. And honestly, we're kind of glad we didn't launch our token earlier or we didn't launch it, because once you have a token out there, your expectation to perform and like the pressure, it just really hinders progress in my opinion. So the team, we don't even worry about it. Like we're so focused on Metablocks, and Metablocks is a project. We don't even think about like, oh, we're in a bear market, because we're all in on Metablocks, so it's not really affecting us. Yeah, that's how. Like I'll tell you this: like everybody is in on Metablocks at our team.
Okay, and could you tell us a bit more of your NFT? Like, how can we get it?
Yeah, so I don't know if I should be saying this yet, but I'll just tell it to you guys anyways. So we're going to get launched on Binance NFT Marketplace on August 22nd. We're having a pre-sale. Yeah, okay. August 22nd. We're having a pre-sale of 1,000 NFTs on there. They're going to cost 380 BUSD, so that's Binance US dollars. Yeah. You obviously need a Binance.com account, so I would get ready, like get your accounts ready, and like I said, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'll just say it anyways. Yeah, so August 22nd, that's the Binance release, the Binance NFT Marketplace release. Okay. We're also releasing another 1,000 NFTs on September 6th. and that will be on OpenSea, and those will cost around $500, either ETH or USDT. Like it's probably ETH, right? But once those NFTs are released, you can start staking them on our website on September 12th, and you will start earning like MetaBlocks tokens. So you can stake both NFTs, the one from Binance and the one from OpenSea, stake it on our website on September 12th, and you'll start earning rewards. And then by December 12th, you'll start earning the passive income from Wi-Fi mining. So that's when the MetaBlocks team, like, will get all the miners set up and installed and providing Wi-Fi, and you know, start getting the process going. So that's like the latest update on our NFTs.
And what types of rewards we're talking about?
So the team decided on this is how we're going to distribute MetaBlocks tokens, is through staking it on our website from September 12th to December 12th. And then from then on, it's going to be from holding the NFT and earning daily passive income from the miners.
Okay, cool. So guys, stay tuned and set the alarm reminder because Armin just told us they're going to have two NFT sale. One is happening on the 23rd, right? If I'm not mistaken.
22nd. That's the pre-sale.
22nd. Yeah, 22nd is the first one on Binance. So guys, stay tuned. I believe MetaBlock will also have announcement soon. So thank you for sharing this information with our community. And Alex, do you have any exciting news that our community can expect? Give us a little bit of a sneak peek.
Yeah, to be honest, we're not planning to issue the token in the immediate future, I think the cool thing for the community will be the date when the co-branded cards will be launched. So if you're participating in any DAO, you can vote to get the cards for this particular DAO and just use the DAO tokens with the card. So, but again, this is not planned in the nearest for 6 months. Pretty much it will be launched in the Q1, Q2 next year. I'm just the one thing that I wanted to tell the guys who are here. If you are among the users or among the core team of the DAO, please reach me or Roman. He's also here, or just go to our Discord channel. We are making the very, very huge report about DAOs and about how DAOs are making payments. So if you want to participate and help and assist with the research, it will be super helpful because it will help all the tooling companies who are building for the DAOs and for the Web3 companies. Plus, this report will be shared among the biggest technology news companies like TechCrunch, CoinDesk. Few biggest Telegram channels also agreed to share that. So please let us know if you're happy to answer a few questions, like literally 2-3 minutes. It will be super helpful, and you will get into the this report about the DAOs and Web3 payments. So please just go to our channel or drop me a direct message.
Yeah, okay, Alex. We will also give a heads up. Yeah. Before I ask my last question, for those of you who have questions to our guest speakers, please raise your hand. And after the last question, and we will let somebody to ask the questions. So my last question for Alex and Armin, as you guys know, Solv Protocol is the marketplace that you can mint and trade your own vouchers. And how do you see that you guys can incorporate Solv Protocol's products?
To be honest, it's for me it's hard to answer this question right now because we're mostly focusing on the companies who needs to make the fiat payments. I would say if you are also seeking for the fiat payments, or you are looking for do something in fiat, let's say if you're interested to issue also the payment cards for your community, that's absolutely what we can do together.
Yeah. I think what I can think about, like the cooperation that we can pivot together, is you are offering like an off-ramp solution, right? And you know, in the Web2 companies, normally when you work for a company over, let's say, a year, you're not only getting the bills that like you're getting payment every month, right? You can also have the option to buy, for example, preferred shares. So, for example, what Solv Protocol offers, our vesting voucher, is a sort of it's a form of allocation. You know, also like shares, which is comparable to shares in Web2. Then they can add on to an extra bonus, I think, for those people who stick around with the company in the long run. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a very interesting incentive. Definitely would love to hear how exactly does it work, and for sure we're also always looking how to incentivize our team members. So definitely this is something that I would be keen to dig deeper.
Okay, cool. And Armin?
Yeah, so it's funny you actually mentioned that, because at MetaBlocks we're going to become a blockchain agnostic platform. So basically, that means you can operate and interact with any blockchain out there, any major L1 blockchain. So honestly, like, we can work together and incorporate your NFTs into our project as well. We've actually had this discussion internally that, you know, an advantage that MetaBlocks offers is like we can airdrop, or we can just like incorporate airdrop other projects like tokens and NFTs into our own network, which, you know, would also like help both. It's a win-win, right? So yeah.
Yeah, so for like more for like a marketing purposes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. Yeah, of course.
Or community building. Yeah, I think that's it's a good tool to incentivize the community, and then, you know, not just getting the rewards, and then people are can constantly, you know, follow, like keep updated about your project as well. Okay, I see. Thank you for the answer first, and I see our co-founder and slash CEO of Solv Protocol joined on stage, and she may raise some questions. Hi, Doreen. Do you have any question for our speaker?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Clear.
Yeah. So I have one question for you to the speakers. I really want to know what's the biggest challenge when you build your ecosystem, and that's one question. And the last one is the second one is that have you considered use of vesting voucher as your your allocation management tools as or the incentive program for your ecosystem? For example, you can airdrop or sell some part of your allocation in the form of vesting voucher to your users or investors or influencers or your partners. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the question. I think maybe Doreen didn't hear what Armin just said about airdrops. So yeah, guys, who would you like to take the questions from Doreen?
Yeah, thanks. I can that. In terms of the challenges, there are several challenges for us as we're building something new, and it's very hard. Like initially, it was very hard to attract the initial partners, especially like we're new, and so this is one, and especially for us as we're located in eastern part of the Europe, and most cool things are happening in the US. It's again, it's painful. Still, yes, we're willing to have like decentralization and globalization, but still, all the coolest things are happening in US, and for us sitting in eastern part of the Europe, it's hard to get the proper connections, both with the partnerships, with the legal consultants, with the good influencers, with the proper banking solution. So this is tough. That's why we're thinking also to have the employees in US who can handle the marketing and the partnership stuff from there. This is the number one. Second is also related to the geography and kind of the thing that we are with the MetaMouse. We're only like 8 months here on the market. Is the also finding the right angel investors and looking for the right VCs who are not willing just to make like 3, 5, 10x and just get their money back, but who are really understanding the values and our vision. It's very hard to do that without the proper connections. And despite the fact that I'm crypto for like almost 7 years, still Europe and especially eastern part, it's super lacking of the crypto companies and the in general enthusiasm about the cryptocurrency here. So I would say it's tough, but it's also the part of the journey, and definitely it's just the one of the obstacles we just need to handle. So this is the answer on the first question. Number two, Doreen, I also already gave my feedback about your solution. So I would be keen to know more if it can help somehow to incentivize. No, sorry. You were saying about the vouchers. No, I to be honest, I don't know how exactly this works. So happy to know more how we can utilize it with the your solution with our investors. So I'm happy to talk to you about that after the panel.
So, Doreen, if I'm not mistaken, like the vesting vouchers are kind of like owning like stocks in a crypto startup or a crypto project, right? Because, you know, at like companies, you get stocks that you have to, that you must vest over time, like over a period of time. So it's basically handling that for crypto projects. Am I understanding this right?
Yeah, let me take this question. So yeah, the vesting vouchers, people issue that for different purposes. Some of the project they use them to manage their investors. Some of them using that to manage their to incentivize their communities. So for most of the cases, vesting voucher is your allocations, so your tokens locked in this voucher. And then as a project, you set your own parameters. For example, the TG date, the vesting period. So people who get the chance to purchase this voucher, they are holding on to your allocations. This is more like an equivalent of SAFT on chain, but it's paperless. Let's say it's all on the smart contract. I hope this answers your question. Yeah.
So it's actually interesting because the MetaBlocks team, everybody purchased their tokens. Like no tokens were ever issued for free. So as a result, like the whole team has like a vesting schedule, right? Like even the VCs have. I mean, I'm not sure about this. Like Jan would know more about this. He's the one that raised the funds and talked with the VCs. But I can speak personally. I have a vesting schedule, so that means I can't sell my MetaBlocks tokens as soon as I get them, and that's to protect the community. Like, so I mean so I can see how that would work, like with us, because that's a personal like that's an experience that MetaBlocks team is like and it's important because the last thing you want is like people to just like increase a lot of supply and increase like a lot of the sell pressure.
Right. And actually, one of the benefits of the vesting voucher is first is not diluting your tokens. Basically, all of the tokens are in the financial NFT in our voucher. I think the second thing is like when you give retailer investors a chance to participate, right? Because when you are talking with the VCs, most of the VCs will invest a huge amount. And even Alex, they haven't started raising their funds, and he already knew in crypto it's sort of like a general consensus. Most of the VCs just pump, like when the price is going, they just get your token at a very cheap price, and then they pump. And then the retailer investor did not get, even they are like confident about your project, but they didn't get the chance to purchase at an early stage. So now Solv Protocol, our platforms, gives this chance to retailer investors as well. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I mean it's
Okay.
it's important for sure.
Yeah. And any more questions from our audience? Tyler, is there any questions raised from the audience?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you. Could you tell us your question and who you want to address to?
I addressed this question to all members. My question about another theme. I joined into this Discord channel and I can't find check-in. I'm verified, do all tasks and can't add Polygon address to check in.
Is your question about
This is my first.
Is your question about checking into our channel?
Yes, to add my Polygon address.
Okay. For the questions about Solv, please ask that in the general chat room, and our admin will respond as soon as possible.
Yes,
and
I clicked start from here, and I don't have access.
It's fine. We will look into that later. If you can share probably some screenshots, and we will contact you. Yeah. What is your second question?
Second question, that time is very limited, only up to 14 UTC. Limited time. I have third question. I want to ask about your Solv protocol. What will be it in the future? It will be investment bank or it will be trading platform?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the question. So for Solv Protocol, we are purely just a tool, like a marketplace that helps people, help projects to mint their vouchers, and as a marketplace, also give them a chance to trade those vesting vouchers. We are not a bank. Let me just clarify that. Yeah. We are also not a custodian of the tokens. So all the tokens are locked in a smart contract. But Solv Protocol as a team, we don't have access or have control over those tokens or over the vouchers. I hope this answers your question.
Voucher, yeah. What is it, voucher?
Vouchers is locked, the allocations is locked in the voucher. And if you don't know what a voucher is yet, please go to our website and you can read some articles about that.
Thank you very much. How it linked with NFT? Why it NFT voucher?
So this is, we invented something called ERC3525. So basically, this new token standard gives the power to make it more descriptive. So you can have the NFT, and then at the same time, when this NFT can describe your token amount. So you can also read upon this on the in one of the documents that we share about the ERC 3525. So you will understand why you can allow tokens locked in the financial NFT. So it's a little bit different than the NFTs that you currently see on the market, for example, on OpenSea. So most of the NFT is just a picture, right? So you're basically are trading this NFT just as a how it looks. So what Solv offers the financial NFT, so there's a lot of nuances to it. So I'd advise you to read some of our Medium articles to explain that explains you how it works.
It will be tradable voucher.
It will be tradable, yes. You can trade it on the marketplace.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And any more questions from our audience?
Yeah, I saw one in the general chat channel. Can I put it here?
Yeah, please.
So this thing is for MetaBlocks. I know that in MetaBlocks, every NFT will deliver holders ongoing passive income, airdrops, access to exclusive event, and much more. So could you give some clues on that? Here's this question.
Yeah, so at NFT NYC, we hosted a really cool, all-inclusive open bar, open food, people you're getting served food, you're just enjoying yourself, you're learning about other projects, and MetaBlocks, and it's just basically as we continue to grow, and the way I look at it is, I personally believe that a network needs to offer users the most value. Otherwise it won't succeed. So what it means is basically we're going to be prioritizing all of our profits, all of our income, and literally reinvesting it back into the MetaBlocks network, because then if you keep rewarding users and putting the money back into it, you can provide users with more cool like special events, things like that, and even just increasing their own value, because you're putting that money right back into the community, and that's ultimately where it should belong. So we haven't gotten to that place yet, but I'm very certain that we will. I mean, we already had an event in NFT NYC, which was it was really amazing. I wish you guys could be there.
Yeah, thank you for the answer. I think we're about to end today's session. It's almost running for 1 hour. So thank you again for joining our channel, and thank you for sharing your knowledge and bring your projects to Solv. And guys, please stay tuned for the NFT sale of MetaBlocks, and also please join MetaMouse channel to help Alex to give them some feedback. Okay, thank you guys for joining today's event. I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday at the same time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. Shout out the MetaBlocks people in here too.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure. Cool that we were able just to discuss very important topics. MetaBlocks are doing, in my opinion, very cool stuff. So just continue building that. I think it's important for general adoption. What you guys are doing at Solv is also super important, and your community is amazing. So thanks for having us here. Hope to do any partnerships together, and thanks everyone. If you have any questions, please join our Discord and ask questions there. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye guys.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye.
Bye. Good day, guys.
Bye. Take care.